Okay, today is July 19th. Welcome to the beginner's trading session. So what I was saying here is based on the 4 hour, price was pushing up. Now you did get a pullback here, and I think this was the um catalyst for thinking it was going to sell. The first thing
Mm-hmm.
was this daily order block. So it tapped into the daily order block, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it tapped into the order block on the lower time frame, it created a change of, or it created a change of character. Let me just say it that way. So you had this break of structure here, and then it turned around and gave you another break of structure or change of character. So the thought process was that this is going to pull back to the 88. So if you're going to buy this, you could have at least bought this up to the 88, 78 or the 88.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a pullback, but it didn't break any structure. So of course, to break, it would have to break this low here. This was the low here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go down to this, even the smaller time frame, um, I think when it tapped the 88 and then broke this internal structure here, but this is still the swing. That's the swing.
Mm-hmm.
We assume that it was going to pull back to this order block and then possibly start selling to the downside. However, now this is where the patience comes in. So once it pulls
Right.
back to the order block, that's when you have to look for another break, right?
Uh-huh.
Of some sort. It never happened. So once it was pushing back or buying back up to the order block, if you were waiting for confirmation, like that confirmation never happened. There was no break of any lows. So, and I would be looking at it on the 1 hour. So, um, so this push up, we had this little pullback, and then it just kept pushing up. So price never broke this low. So there was never any confirmation for the sell. So now that it is pushing up, and pretty much all it did was pulled back to give a higher low.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is doing. It pulled back, gave a higher low. Yes, I would have loved to see it come back to the zone and then push back up, but that's not what price wanted to do.
Right.
So, so it's still buying for now. Are you in a hedge?
No. No, I just took the sell trade because that's what they told us to do in the challenge.
Okay. Okay.
So
And I'm saying this, and because I know that you all are, well, we're both doing the same thing. We both pretty much have a challenge, right? Um, but
okay.
just as so that you can see what you may want to see. Um, you can object to Todd I object to Tide all the time, every day. I object to Tide all the time. Um,
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump in blindly no more.
yeah, definitely make sure you like do a top-down analysis based on
Hmm.
this is a 4-hour imbalance. So I would have, my thought process would have been, if it's going to sell, then I needed to get through this here. And I too thought it was going to sell. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but so I don't know what it's going to do. Now, I don't, it may be coming to sweep just this high and then maybe drop.
Hmm.
However, even with that being said, I still needed to break some form of structure before I, because if it taps this high, the high, and then just pulls back again, then it's going to continue going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
and
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, if price is not planning to sell, yeah, this would be the zone. This would be the upcoming zone. I think that was on the daily, on the weekly. This is the upcoming zone. Price. That. Yeah, this is the pair that I don't like it. I don't like it. It tapped into this demand zone and then pushed up. So based on the weekly, I mean, there's no order block here, but so that's why I'm thinking maybe it'll just start pulling back to keep buying. But
Okay.
there's now currently a weekly imbalance. So I say that because I don't think price is going all the way down here, but there is now a weekly imbalance for price to pull back into. I mean, that's 400 pips. That would be nice. But of
Yeah.
course, again, we got to wait for it to break some kind of structure to then get in on the pullback. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. How was everybody's trading week?
Hey, Carol.
Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, this is what I meant to do. Let me look at this from a monthly. Okay, 1 push, 2 push. So we're kind of waiting for it. Let me do this real quick. We're kind of waiting for, if we're looking at the market maker cycle, if anybody's ever heard me talk about my 3 pushes, I look for the 3 pushes pretty much on every time frame, which is considered the market maker cycle. I am going to, hold on, I want to drop a video for people to, for anybody who is interested in just kind of putting their little pinky toe into the market maker cycle. YouTube. Putting their, oh, wait a minute, where did the video go? Do. Hold on. YouTube. I thought I dropped a market maker. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Market maker cycle. I'll find it and put it in the I'll find it and put it in the chat, in the group chat once I figure out where it is. So with that being said, if you are not familiar with the market maker cycle, I always look for 3 pushes and I base it off every time frame, right? So based on this monthly, this is 1 push, this is the 2nd push. So I would be expecting a 3rd push. So price has pulled back to the 50%. It has not broken any structure yet. Matter of fact, it gave pretty much, it pretty much gave equal lows right here. So at some point, it has, like I said, it hasn't broken structure yet. And if we're looking at the structure, you have here, here, and here. So I would need for price to break this low in order to see price. You need to close below, pull back, and then continue selling down. So that's based on the monthly. Because that has not happened yet, for me, I'm still seeing buys on this. And we are currently in this leg of structure. And so when I say this leg, I mean, and I think most people on here know what it means. I'm talking to the beginners or who's not familiar with market structure. And if anybody's not familiar with market structure, let me know and we can definitely go through that as well. So this is the last structure of leg of structure. So price can come anywhere between this high and this low before selling, meaning just because it broke this high here, this internal high, doesn't mean that it's going to stop buying. Just because it breaks this high here doesn't mean it's going to stop buying. It has to break this high. Now, it is buying. We know that it's buying, right? But again, until it breaks some form of structure, it can come anywhere. At 23, you see it came to the 23, it pulled back, didn't break structure. It went to the 28, pulled back, didn't break structure. It went to the 50%, pulled back, didn't break structure. So now that it's pushing up, and I'm sure there's probably going to be a little pullback next week. We might get a nice little pullback. We probably get maybe to here, maybe 200 pips, 250 pips. Maybe if it goes to the weekly consequent or 50% of that imbalance, it's like 400 pips. if it comes back to give healthy price action. So the first place I would be looking for price to come back to is to retest this right here. So that would be the first place I look for price to come back to retest right there. That's about almost 300 pips, 270 pips. And then the second place I would be looking for price to come back to is this daily or weekly consequent encroachment. So we're talking about 400 pips. So I'm looking for price to come back to one of these zones before pushing back up. So this candle, this monthly candle, looking for it to pull back and then start pushing back up. What's today's date? The 19th. So we have 11 days for this candle, to this monthly candle, to pull back and then start pushing back up. Okay. And because this right here is a key level, we don't know if it's going to just tap here, and then push. We don't know how far it's going to push back. Maybe enough to, I don't know if it's going to sweep this high or what. So all we know is buy. Okay, it's buy. So I fib that move, and now let's fib the trending move. Right, fibbed here. It pulled back to the 38. If it breaks through here, I'm almost gonna say it's going to the 618. The 618. So price could come up here, still within that monthly swing. And this move up would be the 78 of the swing down. Now, we also know that once price gets to the 618, which would be the negative, around negative 27, 618 is a sign of reversal. So price could come here, pull back to, well, first it would have to break through this level right here first, right? So price can pull to the 618, it can pull back to this zone and then push all the way up to the 618. And that's a good number of pips. So to the 618 is 600 pips, 700 pips, 1,000 pips, and then up to the 78 is about 2,300 pips. So if price breaks through this key level and you get a pullback, and then you get internal breaks of structure to the top side, then you can you can buy this from this zone all the way up to the negative 27, the negative 618. But of course, it's got to break through. And when I say breakthrough, I really mean like, yeah, it would have to break through here. One, because it's going to come for this high. And then it's going to pull back. And because now you have a key level here. And if you wait to see what price is going to do, then you'll know whether you're buying up or it's going to break back down, break some level of structure, pull back into that zone and then start selling. Okay, so GN is GN. So if we went to the weekly, same thing, we've already looked at that. All right, any other pair that anybody was looking at? Any? Let me go.
I marked up GC and GJ.
GC. Ooh. GC. Okay. Buying or selling?
Sorry, Kim. I think it might push down before. Let me pull it up. Let me just pull up my chart.
So based on the monthly, this is our key level here. Okay, so price has approached a key level. It's in this order block right here, within this order block right here. So it's in there, it's in that zone. And let me see if any new people on here who may not know what my key level. Mr. McCord, are you new? I see iPad, but that's probably your bet.
Yeah, I don't think it was gonna push down before continuing to buy.
I mean, you may get some healthy price action. However, I see liquidity here, or these equal lows here. So that's based on the monthly. On the weekly, the week ended. I'm not a big on what is that? Is that a pin bar? I don't know. I don't do the I don't read the candles very well. Based on daily, this is not just liquidity, but just swing low here. So of course, as of right now, this would be, I would need to see this low broken before I consider sales. However, I say buy until you can't buy anymore. So I would fib this move. And for those who don't know, I would like to wait for price to come to me. I don't necessarily chase it because you have an imbalance here that price can pull back to the 38 and start buying back up. You have an imbalance here. And instead of playing those reindeer games, I don't want to play it until it gets into one of my zones, either this demand zone, there's a demand zone here. I personally like for price to come back to the 78 before I consider the trade. So you have a demand zone here, and then you have a demand zone here. So I would love to see price come back to the 78 and then look for buys back up to the zone, to this high. And then if it starts to break, a push out or pull back and then to the -27 and or the 618. So that's my thought on GCAD. Let me go to the 4-hour. Now, based on the 4-hour, it did get a little, oops. I got a little right, but see, it tapped into the order block, and then, yeah, see, I would just wait. I would just wait. And for the weekly analysis, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to go through every pair just to see if I can find a pair that is pretty much at my 78. If I can find a pair that has pulled back at an optimal trade and entry, then I'll watch it for next week to see if I get an internal break of structure to then trade it in whatever direction. That's what I'm going to look for this week.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting on a buy. That's like a 500 pip buy.
Yep. If it pulled back to the 78, at least to the high is, yeah. Yep. You have to trade it back to the zone and then watch it. Because you know this is going to be a headache going back and forth. If it is pulling all the way back to this level, you know, I don't do those little headaches. Things a headache.
Yeah, it's like 300.
I don't like doing it. And I know it's Ty would be saying, you're just gonna let 300 pips go by 300 pips. The stress of it all, I'm okay with missing the stress of it all. Now, if I saw like a real confirmation,
Like a 4-hour break. We got a 1-hour break, but not the 4-hour.
no, yeah. Was it a 1-hour?
Yeah, it was the 1-hour break.
Yeah, there is a 1-hour, but
It rejected off of the 50 when I fibbed the move down. It rejected off the 50.
The push down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I
Had
trust
my
it.
feelings.
I trust it. Ah. Yes, I would definitely wait for this. And look, it's already giving a headache. Look at that headache on the 1-hour. Already giving a headache. This order block hasn't been tapped into, so this could push up and then push back down. See, that's why
I ain't playing with the sell.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm not playing with the sell.
Nah. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. And what was the other one you said you were trading?
Marked up GJ.
GJ.
Yeah.
GJ.
I think I put three instruments on my chart, so I'll be having a bunch of them on there. I thought it was gonna push down one more time before buying back up.
So, and I think it is. So my markup for GJ was, let's go to the weekly. Well, that don't look like I was hoping it was gonna look. So based on the weekly, it has pulled back into an imbalance. So, you know, for me, that is just a pullback. I'm almost wanna I see this to see what happens. Oh no, I see it starts with the daily. Okay, so and I can't do that. So it's currently in that imbalance. Price hasn't closed below that zone, that 50% zone. I do think it's going to pull back to, I do think it's going to pull back to probably give like a double top up here and then sell again.
Yep, that's what I had marked up.
This is would be my last swing right here. So anywhere between this low and this high, would be where price pull back to. So the 78, so based on this, I had this marked up as my key level. I had that marked up as my key level for price to come back and retest. So that's around the 78. Will it come back to the around the 618? Will it come back to the 78? I'm not sure. There's a there is, oh no, there's no imbalance there. So maybe it's just, I don't know. But based on the daily, we got the this daily rejection candle. So I'm definitely expecting price to pull back up, push back up into whether it's going to tap the order block or whether it's going to fill this imbalance. Okay. And based on my analysis earlier for this, I was thinking price is going to push down. Okay, so the zone is between the leg that we're in, the mark based on market structure is from here to here, right? So we know that price can come anywhere in that zone. And this imbalance is to the 618. The 618 has a supply zone that hasn't been mitigated. So I would definitely be looking for price to push up to this zone. And I thought I had like a 15-minute demand zone. I was looking for price to pull back to this institutional candle, which is the last down candle before this up move, before price started breaking these internal highs, right? So I am kind of looking for price to pull back to this zone before buying up to, and see, I have a little alert right there. Before buying up, at least to the consequent encroachment. At the least. And again, we had a I believe it was a 1 hour. We have a 1 hour supply zone here, but at least to this 50% of that imbalance is at least 200 pips. So I don't know if price is coming here, has like pushed up. You know, I look for my 3 pushes, and 1, that's 2, that's 3, and now it's looking like it's breaking internal structure. So maybe I'm gonna get my 3 pushes to this zone to then buy back up to that zone. We shall see next week. But that's the move that I'm looking for, hopefully for next week. So, and then the last push to the downside. So we got 1 push here, 2 push here. So I'm looking for the 3rd push to go to that zone. So that's what I'm seeing for GJ. Anybody else? Oh, somebody put some comments. Hi, Alicia. So yeah, anybody trading anything else? Oops, I hit a whole podcast. Anybody? EU. So let's go to the monthly. EU is ooh. So this has been consolidating for months. This pushed up to it's the last swing. It pushed up to the 50%, 618, and then started internal breaks of structure, these lows. And then pulled back to the 78. So I am slightly partial for a sale. So right here you have a zone. So maybe price will push up into here and then start giving internal breaks of structure on the lower time frame. Oh, it already tapped into there. So you have maybe if it broke that low here, 4 hour, then I would be looking for the pullback to either this imbalance or this institutional candle. Let me see if I can see that on a, nope. 4 hour, 1 hour. And that institutional candle is at a 1 hour supply zone. Let's see if I can see any liquidity up here. Nope. So I would be looking for price to, well, once it's got to break this low first. Once it breaks the low, then look for price to push back into that zone. Push back into that zone to then continue selling down. Since it's so yeah. So maybe it swept that low. 4 pushes there. 4 hour, 1 push. Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely have to break these lows. So maybe it'll push down to this imbalance here and then start pushing back up. So I would say it's selling for right now. Selling now. Maybe to break these lows, tap into this little imbalance here, and then start buying back up. So I would wait for the buy. And then this 1 hour, which that already tapped that demand zone. So yeah. Yep. I would definitely wait for price to pull back to break this low. Now, if price has tapped into that zone, because this is all a little congested, I would definitely wait for price to break that high. Because maybe price will pull back into this order block and then go start selling again. Selling to the downside. Until it breaks this low. And then look for internal breaks of structure to then take it back up to this zone. So if I were trading this, $25 pips. There's liquidity right there. It's 37 pips. You know how to make the pips work. Oh yeah. Yeah. I see it selling. I see it selling down here, breaking structure, pulling back, and then selling some more. That's what I see for EU. Because what is the Dixie doing? Oh, I don't know when I marked this up. A daily sweep. It did a daily sweep. It did a daily sweep. So I would definitely be looking for price to break these highs to then pull back somewhere up in here and then start. That's what I see. Let me go to the high time frame. Oh, I don't know when I did this, but it's a lot. Weekly, monthly. Okay. So let's mark up this here. It's a key level. And then I'm gonna mark up this here for now, because it's been consolidating. Weekly. So it broke to the downside and then broke structure to the upside. Push back down without breaking this low. Push back up without breaking this high. Yeah, the dollar is consolidating. So maybe it'll push back up to this order block and then sell back to the zone into this order block. And maybe when and if that happens for the Euro USD, if it pushes back up into this order block, that's when Euro USD may sell may sell into this imbalance. And then once the dollar, if the dollar pushed back into this order block and pushes back down to this zone, then this is probably when your Euro USD will just start buying back up to this zone. And then once the once the dollar comes back to this zone, into this demand zone, this order block here, then it'll probably start pushing up. Or it's going to go back to this zone. Like we can see that it's consolidating a lot. So it just may bounce between this zone and this zone until news or whatever tells us how it wants to move. Yeah. Yep. But I'm definitely partial for the sell to the downside. All right. Anybody have anything else? You're welcome. Anybody have anything? Was anybody trading anything else other than that? No.
No, ma'am.
All right then. Next week, we're gonna make some money, y'all. We are going to make some money. Things should be moving.
Ready.
All right.
Thanks,
Ooh, look
Kim.
at all these weekly order blocks. Oh Lord. I said I was gonna start the weekly order block, the weekly analysis again this week.
Are we going? Is there gonna be a meeting tomorrow?
Yes, we flipping accounts. Is there gonna be a meeting tomorrow? Yeah, there should be a meeting tomorrow. I think Todd got himself together. Got himself. So yeah, I do believe there will be a meeting. All right, y'all. Well, enjoy your weekend. Get you some rest. And we will see you all tomorrow.
Thanks, Kim. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.